Okay, imagine this. You're at a nice restaurant with your family, and everyone's enjoying the harmony and serenity of togetherness, and suddenly your peace is interrupted by loud cursing from a nearby table. I feel like everyone can relate to a special event being interrupted or disturbed by someone else's profanity. I believe I'm qualified to speak on this subject today because I was raised not to curse, and I have raised my children in the same manner, and they do not curse nor use slang words. The purpose of my speech today is to persuade you to remove all profanity from your vocabulary. The use of profanity makes one seem ignorant, it is not professional, and it is disrespectful to the hearers. No matter the educational status, when one uses profanity, it makes them seem unlearned. It's as if they're not imaginative enough to come up with a good enough word to use, so they just use a cuss word in its place. They can't think of a good enough adjective or good enough word to use, so it's just kind of handy to use a cuss word, so that's what they do. According to CareerBuilder.com, 54% of employers surveyed said that workers who swear seem less intelligent. I can see that. In his article, Cuss Control, So What's Wrong with Swearing?, James V. O'Connor reiterates that swearing is immature, it shows a lack of control, and it reflects ignorance. So a sure way to appear smarter would be to clean up your language. Secondly, using profanity is not professional. I don't believe there's any profession where the use of profanity would be an asset. According to Catherine Tugel's report for Fox Business, managers usually bypass those with potty mouths as they are seen as impulsive and unable to handle tough situations. And using bad language is not only a turnoff to employers, it's also a turnoff to customers. I know I personally have avoided going to certain stores or certain places because of the workers' offensive language. So I just wouldn't go there. I mean, I would choose to go other places, drive extra miles, just so that I wouldn't have to deal with that type of offensive behavior. So you can increase your chance of a job promotion by not cussing in the workplace, and how to do this would be to just remove that type of language from your vocabulary, and your coworkers and customers would respect you for your courtesy and integrity for doing that. Lastly, the use of profanity shows disrespect for all those roundabouts. I found it interesting that Wikipedia defines profanity as language that is strongly impolite, rude, or offensive. Your speech is heard by everyone that's around you. You know, when you're out in public and you're talking, you know, especially youth, they don't think about, you know, who's around. They're in their group, and they tend to get a little louder than maybe some of us adults do, but they're in their group and they're talking, and their language can sometimes get a little offensive. But, you know, you've got parents walking by with children, or you got, you know, just people like us who just plain don't want to hear it, you know, and we pass by and we hear it, and it's, you know, it's offensive to us, you know. So whenever people are use that kind of language and they're out in public, and they're offensive not only to those who may be in their immediate circle with the conversation, but to others who may be passing by. And as the Bible states in Ephesians, be not deceived, evil communication corrupts good manners. That is true. I can't tell you how many people I thought were very well-mannered people, and then all of a sudden their bad language, you know, just kind of knocks me for a loop, you know, and then no longer do I think that they are, you know, well-mannered people. It's okay. So you can choose to be the one that shows respect and be considerate of those that are around you, and choose not to cuss. And eliminate that kind of speaking from your vocabulary. So in conclusion, I have shared with you today on how others may view the use of profanity, and I have tried to convince you to eliminate it from your speech. When one uses profanity, it makes them seem ignorant, it is unprofessional, and it is disrespectful to those round about. I felt qualified to speak on this subject today because neither me nor my husband use profanity, and we have raised all 5 of our children not to use profanity, and they continue to do so. Now that you've heard how others view the use of profanity, I hope that you will agree to eliminate it from your speech. There are many good words that can be used instead of curse words. Should you be tempted to curse, be creative and make funny new words or phrases, and be known for your brilliance instead. And I'd like to say I'm glad that I can honestly say that none of y'all curse or use profanity, and I thank y'all for it.